Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of UFit TV. Today we are talking about stress management. I'm at the Main Street location here in Greenwood, Indiana. Really excited to bring this content to you. I'm also going to be joined by Matt Hicks, who's here at this facility as well. So looking forward to this. Let's go get started. All right, guys. So welcome, episode 8 of UFit TV, stress management. Stress is such a big part of our lives, and it's vitally important that we take care of that side of our health in order for our fitness to be at the top of our game. Today I'm joined by Matt Hicks. He's here at our Main Street location, and he really loves talking about stress management and what are some of the things we can do to overcome different types of stress. A couple things that we're going to talk about today are acute stress and chronic stress, kind of touch on the differences of those things. Matt's got a lot of good points that he wants to discuss as far as how to manage those and kind of how to see the light at the other end of the tunnel, I guess, when it comes to your level of stress that you have. One funny thing, Matt, that I know we read or I saw the other day was if stress burned calories, I'd be a supermodel. So that's,
There you go.
for most of us, I think we feel that way. If the stress itself was actually burning off the body fat, we wouldn't need to exercise and eat healthy and all those things because we're all that stressed. But today, there's a lot of good things that Matt wants to share with us. And Matt, without any further ado, let's go and get started.
Okay, excellent. So I guess I'll start off by telling you one of the main reasons why I really like talking about stress is because I'm naturally a stressor myself.
Okay.
Whether it's, work, money, whatever, I just naturally do. And so I kind of felt firsthand some of those effects that stress can play on your body. And so I've kind of done some research on just trying to understand stress a little bit more, how it interacts with the body, and really some of the things that you can do to combat that stress. And so I think when trying to address any issue, first you really need to know the problem. I mean, you can't have an answer or a solution without first having a problem or knowing what that problem is. And so let's kind of just first talk about, stress itself and really why it's harmful or what's negative about stress. So the big thing about stress is it causes both physical as well as psychological damages, right? Physical, it causes certain hormone releases that causes weight gain, insomnia, poor sleep, illness, and even a lot of studies have shown cancer. And so,
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, from a physical standpoint, stress can literally kill you if not addressed properly. And those are just physical, but there's also, the psychological damages, which I think with many cases or any other subjects is just as dangerous.
Yeah. That's where you see large amounts of weight gain at one time or weight loss. I mean, it can go either way.
Yeah, absolutely. Most of our physical problems usually stem from a psychological base.
Right.
And so, and the big one with stress is going to be depression. A lot of times when you're stressed, you have this feeling that you've lost control of your life, that you are constantly appeasing others, or you don't have any time for yourself, and so that loss of control can lead you into depression, and then I think we all know how negative effect depression can have on anybody, and so that's kind of why stress is bad and really shouldn't be overlooked, and it shouldn't just be taken as, oh, I'm stressed, right, no big deal, because it may not be a big deal now, but down the road it might be.
Shorten your life.
Yes, absolutely. And so, to deal with stress, you need to recognize what stress is, or, if you are stressed yourself. So, really the big things to look for to kind of find out if you are stressed, is, maybe all of a sudden you're short-tempered. I think, talking to a lot of people, they might say, I just don't feel like myself.
Right.
I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I reacted that way, and just kind of out of the ordinary. Poor sleeping habits. This is a really, really popular one, constant stomach issues. So if your stomach is just constantly upset, you're constantly having, whether it be bloating or diarrhea or something like that, but a lot of times intestinal issues are a sign of constant stress. And so, or another big one is constant aches and pains, tense muscles, stuff like that.
Joints, things like that.
Yep, absolutely. And so recognizing that you're stressed is the first step into being able to address that. And so now I kind of want to talk about, you've identified stress, that you are stressed. I think the next step is to kind of find out where it's coming from. Is it your work environment? It can be relationships. It can just be finances. I think everybody stresses about.
Most of us.
Yeah, finances a little bit.
Yeah.
And so, narrow that path down or narrow that subject down that what you think is creating that stress in your life. And then once you have that narrowed down to that one topic, I think the biggest thing you can do now is create a positive mindset. Mindset is huge.
Yeah,
I mean, I know
absolutely.
you talk about it a lot, about the positive effects that mindset can have. You have to make up in your mind that you will not accept stress, that you can overcome it, and that you have the power to change your life and the way stress affects you. If you can create that positive mindset that you can take control and that outside forces are not stronger than your inner drive and will to change, then you can handle any stress that's thrown at you. But you've got to come up with that positive mindset. You have to make that decision. I'm going to change this, or I can handle this.
I love that forward thinking.
Yes, absolutely. You can't have that kind of victim mentality of, oh, my job is just so tough on me. And
even though I'm tough on you.
Yes, even though you are tough on me, you gotta say, this is tough, but I'm tougher.
Absolutely.
And so you've identified, you recognize you're stressed. You've identified what's causing the stress, and now you have made up your mind. I'm gonna change this. Okay. I think the next step, in my opinion, or the best things you do is create a plan. They say if you fail to plan, then you plan to fail. And then there's another one. A goal without a plan is just a wish.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's a little cliche, but honestly,
but it's true.
But it rings true. I think it's on a cat calendar somewhere. but anyways, creating a plan. Because I think also a lot of times when it comes to stress, it's that unknown. It's the unexpected.
Yep.
It's, I got to work, boss laid a stack of papers on my desk I didn't know was coming. Or it's, I have this issue and I don't know how to deal with it. But if you can come up with a solid plan as to how to approach these issues in your life, especially once you've got it narrowed down, it's work that is causing me the stress, and you create, a step-by-step plan that when this happens, this is what I'm going to do, and when this happens, this is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Then you're constantly prepared.
Even how you react to things. Like,
exactly.
You kind of pre-plan in my head. If this happens, worst case scenario, this is how I'm going to react.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Nothing's going to catch you off guard. And I was going to mention that later, but since you brought it up, we'll never be able to change the unexpected, right? I mean, the way, usually the way people treat you, the way they talk to you, certain occurrences will never be able to change. But we can always master and we can always change how we react to everything else, right? And so once you get that under control, then you can really start to see yourself manage and handle stress a little bit better. So you created a plan, and obviously you have to implement that plan. And I think that's a really good way to kind of handle some of those stresses that you've recognized and that you've narrowed down. But then the last part I just wanted to talk about are just kind of some easier techniques that kind of help you de-stress a little bit.
Okay.
And I think the biggest one is finding time for yourself. I think a lot of people are stressed. Yeah. Like I mentioned earlier, I think people feel like they don't have any time for themselves, or they're appeasing others, bosses, relationships, etc.
Mm-hmm.
So finding some time for yourself to do literally just what you want.
Right.
To take time out of the day. You're not concerned about husband, wife, kids, boss, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever it is. It's all about you, and just taking some time to make yourself happy.
Absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, whether it's work, relationships, anything else, if you're not happy with yourself, you're not going to be happy with anybody else.
Yeah,
and it's one of the things that I think eventually catches up to you and kind of all plays into that, mindset and psychological stuff.
Yes.
Like that. But so finding some time for yourself, do a hobby, something you enjoy, anything like that. I think really studies have proven that the biggest one you can do is prioritize your health. Right?
Okay.
Obviously we're big proponents of being healthy, getting fit, getting in shape, but studies have actually proven that the biggest thing to help handle stress and the way your body physically responds to it is, taking care of it. Starting an exercise regimen, eating those healthy foods. Just in food, for example, there are certain foods that can literally, exaggerate stress.
Right, of course.
And,
toxins and sugars.
Yeah, toxins, sugars, caffeine. If you're stressed and you consume a bunch of caffeine, it's literally...
Whoa!
Exactly. It's just like adding fuel to the fire.
Yeah.
Right? And so getting yourself on a solid diet, eating healthy, taking care of your body is just going to improve how your body responds to it. And also it's going to really improve that mindset with how you psychologically handle stress as well. Deep breathing or meditation or yoga is another really, really good way. Just really kind of focusing on that breathing, getting your heart rate down, calming your mind. A lot of studies have shown that really, really helps people as well. And then the last two I really already mentioned is, master your time.
Yep.
And plan ahead. If you can control your schedule and you know what you're going to do and when you're going to do it, that's only going to leave you more prepared. And then focus. Last one is focus on your own reactions. There's no point in dwelling on things that you cannot control in life.
Right.
So you
Absolutely.
can't focus on how people react to you or what this person said or what that person did. You have to focus on how am I going to react to this situation. So for example, I was told this when I was younger. I had another job, and it always kind of stuck with me. So I'm driving to work in the morning, got a big glass of coffee, go to take a drink, hit a pothole, coffee spills all over my lap, all over my pants, shirt. Great. One, I don't have my coffee, so now who can function without coffee?
There goes the caffeine you need.
Exactly, right? But now, my clothes are soaked, just crappy day. So I remember, because something similar happened to me, and a boss of mine told me the story, and he sat me down. He's like, why are you upset? I was like, well, this happened earlier. And so he tells me this story, and he says, what does dropping coffee on you, how does that affect the rest of your day? How does that affect how you should handle, deal with other people, how you should handle other situations? Why would you let something as minor as that ruin your entire day? And it always kind of stuck with me. It's like, he's absolutely right. I can't control that I drop coffee on my lap, but I can control how I spend the rest of my day. There's no point letting a 10-second occurrence spoil, the next 12 hours of your life. And so that's something I always kind of liked, and that goes again back to that kind of the mindset of handling stress and controlling your own reactions.
Absolutely. That's awesome.
So, but yeah, all in all, I hope that helped. The big thing is, recognize stress, identify it, make a plan, and then do some of those activities to kind of help you de-stress. The main thing, taking time for yourself.
Absolutely. That's awesome. Well, that wraps it up. Stress management with Matt Hicks here at the Main Street location, Greenwood, Indiana. Matt, thanks for the good information.
Hey, you're very welcome.
Awesome.
It was a lot of fun.
So, reminder, next week, every single week, we're here with UFit TV, providing you with information you need to better your life and better your health. I hope to see you next week.